In this video, I'll be showing them first Trailblaze mission. And this is my first time using Finon. I'm interested to see how he works, because his animations looked crazy. Really good from what I saw. Okay, I'll try the E. Also gives more technique points, which is good.
Light up the dark.
Okay, that's crazy. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to be that insane. Wait, I want to see this again.
Light up the dark.
That's insane. That is insane for this technique. And it immediately kills the enemies as well. Kind of like Acheron, but I guess better since it killed them both. Wait, will it kill all of them?
Light up the dark.
Okay, that was so OP. I thought Acheron's thing was kind of OP, but this is even more OP.
Oh. Nice moves.
I think he's kind of a must pull now.
Light up the dark.
That is
We
insane.
just washed it away and here it comes again. The black tide is really no joke.
I do kind of want to see how he fights though. Maybe I'll try one fight. Okay. Maybe I'll just see this first. Okay, that's pretty normal looking.
There's no other choice but to move forward.
Is this cooler?
New world will arrive.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it gets a lot cooler than that though. I think it's once his ultimate's activated, then he gets the super cool attacks.
For the next tomorrow. Let's get
Wait, am I gonna get to see his ultimate? Oh, maybe
My
not.
existence is a. Let's get
He
started.
does a lot of damage though. Oh, sort of. Maybe. I wasn't actually really looking at the damage, just the animations. Because I find that much more interesting. I forgot to look at the damage.
Light up the dark.
That is insane.
The waters end here. The one you
And-
seek is beyond this point.
I do also really like this character's design. Especially the bowels. Looks
At
really
last.
interesting.
I can meet with Her Majesty Saridra herself. Are there any formalities I need to observe?
Don't kneel, don't do the hand-kissing or foot-kissing gestures of the old dynasty, and most of all, don't bow. The Imperator despises such rituals,
Why?
especially when the heads of those taller than her bend beneath her crown.
Why does she pronounce it like that? Is that the correct
Don't kneel, don't
pronunciation?
do the hand-kissing or foot-kissing gestures of the old dynasty, and most of all, don't bow. The Imperator despises such rituals.
I've heard it as Imperator before. I haven't heard it as Imperator. It sounds kinda strange as Imperator.
She really is down to earth.
I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation or not.
The second thing to note, only trusted ones may come near her. Keep 5 paces distance until the Imperator allows otherwise.
Sounds like an old friend of mine.
ID.
Experience is a good thing. Stay sharp, and you'll be just fine.
Yeah, that makes more sense with Castrus. Keep distance from her. Because if she touches you, then you would die. Or if you touch her. Oh, Glean Trippy!
Dux Goldweaver, little hostage. Apologies for keeping you waiting.
What? Hostage? Tree is their hostage?
It's you.
You know them? Good. That makes things easier.
Before that, I'm more curious about one thing. Where is Her Majesty Saridra?
To avoid any misunderstandings, nameless Swordmaster. Although we spoke and laughed along the way, I never said you were entitled to meet her. The Imperator decreed. The Deliverer will not appear in this age. Be wary of suspicious individuals.
What?
Come now, both of you. Let's finish our job.
I see. It's a trap.
Wait, this is a
I had
trap?
no intention of fight. So remember this, Lady Hysealand. If my sword shows any hesitation, don't thank me. Thank them instead.
No, you misunderstand. We don't want to see Chrysoceres hurt each other. Just give us some time to ask you a few questions.
The Nestia's golden threads will judge you and decide your fate.
Presumably they don't know Phynon at this point in time
As you wish.
anymore.
White-haired Swordmaster? If what you say is true, then you must know the fate of the world.
Or Kazlana, as he's called now.
So, how much do you know about what we read from the prophecy?
Speak of Jimmy's
You
prophecy.
shall shatter into 1,000 fragments and wither in the soil of foreign lands. Is that correct, Lady Treby?
Because he's done it 30 million times now.
How is this possible?
He got it right?
Yes, but the prophecy never mentioned he'd appear here. At least, not in this era.
You must listen to me, Aglaya, Treby. The Phynon of this world has not yet been born. In the distant future, he will follow the prophecy's guidance and appear before you.
Oh. Okay. That kind of makes more sense. I don't really understand what's happening before, but think I sort of do now.
But do not seek him out. Because Era Nova is a complete and utter lie. I will tell you the truth. And you will understand why the world must forsake the prophecy and find another path to Era Nova.
I don't think they're gonna believe him,
Because
though.
I know both of you. And I believe that no matter how the course of history may change, the faith we all share will always remain the same. And so, the layers of rock began to reverse, and history wove itself anew. Through my old acquaintances, I was given the chance to meet the leader of the Flame Chase journey, Saridra. And after a long and arduous negotiation, we came to an agreement.
So at the point in time that we were before, was Saridra dead or something? Because we never saw Saridra in the rest of the Empress Trailways mission. So maybe she died like hundreds of years ago or something, or maybe thousands.
The Imperator's alliance needed the destruction.
Oh, he says it like that as
And
well.
I was ready to pour all my strength into it. The spoils of the Flame Chase, the core flames, would be sealed by my hand. But the condition was this. In the upcoming battle, in our conquest of the Earth, I had to prove that my power could transcend fate. In the original history, there was a brutal war. At the end, the Titankin of Georios, Terravox, killed the rampaging Titan and took the core flame that supported the Earth. But this time, Emphorius encountered a turning point in its fate. Neither side suffered any losses. When I severed the Titan's head and raised the core flame high, the crowd gathered around the scorched remains of the god, roaring with joy, cheering for the hero of the destruction, who had ignited the faint spark of life for the first time.
Oh.
Yes. In that flickering light, the
What's that
once dark
sound?
path ahead seemed to become clear.
That's a strange sound. It's
I
supposed to be like
proved
that.
myself. And in the long years that followed, I brought down the other Titans. One by one. I could do more than just wait. When time resets, the chance to change the world also emerges from the lines of history. Until finally, the brutal future revealed by Era Nova is reversed. But tell me, if that's truly the case, why are we doomed to the same outcome?
At the same outcome as all the other times. First eternal recurrence end. Both the finals. One is Kazdan and the other is Ainon.
The people kept their promise
Yes.
and handed you all the core flames. In this world after Trebios, no demigods were born in Emphorius. At this point, I just want to know. When they vanished into the black tide with their mortal bodies, why didn't you shed even a single tear? Your difference chills me. To you, were they just a bunch of insignificant footnotes? Sorrow has been my constant companion. In fact, with 12 core flames upon me, the fire in my heart has never been more violent. I'll remember this world through anger. As long as I burn, they'll never truly leave me. Perhaps it's already too late. But you're right. Anger, at this moment, is the only weapon I can rely on. So, draw your sword, Executioner. I'll make sure you realize that your greatest mistake was leaving me alive.
So they're gonna... Oh. Did Kazana kill him?
After that,
Yes.
he raised his sword and attacked.
This is... I think... Because I've heard theories that Finon is the Flame Reaver. I'm guessing this is the reason why. Because he's trying to get a different outcome. I guess in order to do that, he has to kill all the Chrysosaurs. Maybe that's what's going on.
Then, Kaslana killed himself.
Oh.
That day. Who fell to the
What?
sword to be left in the past, and who went into the future. I can't remember anymore.
Wait, what?
I only remember a nymph, hiding in the shadows just out of sight, futilely pushing a stone ball. Climb, fall, climb, fall, climb again, and fall. The only freedom the nymph had was in choosing how to roll the stone. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow. Sometimes resting on a gentler slope, leaning against the stone for a break. But its choice couldn't change the futility of it all. The stone would always roll back down the slope, and the nymph would always return to the starting point, beginning again.
So the nymph is Kaslana or Finon, and the ball is the Aranova, I guess. Or him trying to change fate, I guess. But it keeps failing each time.
After that, every time I reached this point in the cycle, the burning sky would cast a shadow over its path. It would nearly reach the peak at the fourth quint of curtain fall hour, then fall to the starting point in the first 15 seconds of the next entry hour. And my efforts in this cycle would dissolve into nothing at the same time.
That's very sad. Eternal recurrence. Number 1. Subject Kaslana persuaded the 12 Chrysos to recover all 12 core flames in a peaceful way. After verification, the unauthorized access did not have a substantive impact on the experimental process. The life cycles of the 12 Chrysos heirs were terminated strictly in the predetermined experimental sequence and successfully loaded into the buffer. Subject Kazlana regressed the extrapolation process, and abnormal fluctuations were detected in his mind function. What is this? Admin notes. The first devastating failure. Is this... it being treated like a simulation? There's quite a lot here. Okay. Eternal Recurrence 2. Subject Kazlana adopted a strategy similar to the Eternal Recurrence 1. No substantive impact on the experimental progress was observed. Life cycles of the 12 Chrysos heirs terminated normally in sequence. Subject Kazlana regressed the extrapolation process. Occurrence 3. Minor adjustments detected in Subject Kazlana's strategy. Decision waiting for void sacrifice of past companions has been increased. After verification, this adjustment did not have a substantive impact on the experimental progress. Life cycles of the 12 Chrysos heirs terminated normally in sequence. Subject Kazlana regressed the extrapolation process. Yeah, so it's trying different stuff each time, and each time it's just failing. Recurrence 15. Subject Kazlana attempted to decompile the Black Tide for the first time, aiming to elevate access privileges and execute unauthorized access authorization operations against specific subjects represented in the 12 Chrysos heirs. Life cycles of the 12 Chrysos heirs terminated, normally in sequence. Subject Kazlana regressed the extrapolation process. Recurrence 42. Subject Kazlana's 11th attempt to breach the Scepter's core layer has failed. The decision weighing for void sacrifices of past companions showed a minor decline. The life cycles of the 12 Chrysos heirs terminated in sequence. Subject Kazlana regressed the extrapolation process. Eternal Recurrence 133. Analysis of observations from the Eternal Recurrence 83 to 133 indicates that Subject Kazlana's strategy is gradually converging with that of Eternal Recurrence 42 over synchronicity with that of Eternal Recurrence 42. Over synchronicity risk detected. Potential cognitive function degradation suspected. Admin notes. This will undoubtedly reinforce the Iron Tomb's destruction vector. Within expectations, no intervention required. Continue observation. Is this Lygas's notes? Eternal Recurrence 134. Another cutscene? What is this? Oh, it's that one again. The 134th Eternal Recurrence.
Absolute nonsense.
I thought cycles was the answer you were looking for.
No. It's just that the answer came so suddenly. There was no fun in tracing it back to its roots. Eons? Paths? What a load of nonsense.
What? Not even like the geniuses believing in...
I can't give you an exact explanation of those two concepts either.
Enough. I'm just expressing my frustration. Don't you understand? I was already expecting this. The black tide came from beyond the sky. And everything else is no exception.
Fate is a strange thing. No matter how the details of history change, the Anaxa I know always remains as harsh as ever.
If the other Anaxagoras actually worshipped the gods, I'd make sure to find a way to break the cycles and crush them in their cradles. Too bad. Now only you have the ability to do that.
I assume they're always like the same as they usually are.
What's that supposed to mean? You're willing to help?
Of course. The core flames were meant to save the world. And in my opinion, the noble titans have no reason to refuse. Besides, according to you, before stepping into these endless cycles, you were my pupil.
I've already heard the same thing countless times.
Enough chit-chat. Let's go. If we run into any other scholars, leave them to me.
What does that mean?
We've all made preparations for total annihilation. Never thought someone would step in to help.
How is Anaxa going to help, though? I can do this again. I don't want to see his combat, though. So I'm gonna go into combat.
There's no other choice but to move forward.
No wings.
For the next tomorrow!
That game's got a few things.
I'm fine. The new world will arrive! Let's get started!
I'm gonna try to not kill them until I get the ultimate.
For the next tomorrow!
Oh, I got it. Should I? I'll try it now.
The fury of immortal core
That's
flames
insane.
consume me.
This character is insane. So cool. Like, this design is incredible and like makes his own world. There's 3 different attacks in this. Wait, why are there 3 attacks?
Don't let time burn away in vain.
Okay, I'll try Blast. Yes. Alright, let me try Bounce. Oh yeah, this is where
In the sky!
he drops the entire planet on the enemy. That is an insane attack. I'm definitely gonna pull this character.
Light up the dawn. Light up the dawn.
You've been to the Luminary Throne before, haven't you?
If you're talking about in past cycles.
You were already much luckier than the other students.
No, I don't think lucky is the correct word.
Hold up.
Oh, wait, why is it just a core thing there?
keep your wits about you. Someone's watching us.
Cypher. Why is the core flame just there?
Pretty boy, your eyesight's better than I thought. As for that false god who's been turning the world upside down, it's you, isn't it, Whitehair?
You sure do love stealing the spotlight. In the name of the Seven Sages, I demand that you immediately step away from the Luminary Throne. This is the sacred ground of reason, and no one may desecrate it.
She's gonna try to steal the core flame, probably.
Take my words back to Aglaya. I won't say the same thing twice, cat girl.
Oh my! You won't even call me the demigod of trickery. That is just heartbreaking. I have some words for you, too. First, as one of the most heretical blasphemers in the world, you have no right to lecture me. Second, this is none of your business, Grove Boy. Step aside. I don't want anyone getting hurt.
Here we go. Again.
Core flame thieves. You really think you can scare off a sage of the grove with nothing but empty threats?
Oh no, Barthlos. Barthlos is also here.
Ooh, not bad, not bad. I kinda like you. As a return favor, please come Cersei's core flame right here. Aw, don't cry now!
That was close.
I can
I'm
get
outta
it
here.
easily though. Yeah, I already know this. Why is it saying again?
They're exactly like all the past ones I've known. Cunning. And yet so naive.
Sounds like you have a plan.
Of course.
Just reverse
When I
time.
first set out on the flame chase journey, Lady Treby never managed to teach me Orynyx's miracle. But along the way, I learned a thing or two.
He's had a lot of time to learn that now. Oh, so now Finally can do it as well.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
The Venerationists' foolish inventions finally come in handy.
How is this possible?
You've arrived, Zagreus. Always so punctual.
What? Do you know who I am?
I'm running out of patience. So I'm not going to waste words. Listen up, spirit thief. Hand over the core flame, and let's pretend we never clashed. This way, you and this world can still be saved.
Save? You sing better than any bard. If you ask me, you're the greatest disaster Emporius has ever known.
It's me. Not true.
No matter how strong you are, you're still just a mortal body. Carrying 12 core flames? Don't make me laugh. You'll just get consumed by the divine flames and drag this world down with you.
Cypher's just in the background there.
134.
That's how many times he said
What?
that.
This is the 134th cycle I've lived through. And the number of core flames I carry is...
Oh,
1,596.
so that carries on from the previous cycles as well?
Yes.
That's an insane amount.
1,000 core flames and just a single Chrysos heir. How is that even
I've come this far. And that's proof enough.
Is that why he's so powerful? Because he has 1,000 core flames.
But someday you will burn to the ground.
Of course. The divine flames will eventually consume my eyes and blind me. But before that, they could still forge and sharpen Dawnmaker. Now when I cut open your stomach, you won't feel a thing.
Oh.
You...
This is the final warning.
At least he's giving him a warning.
Fine. Assume this world holds 100 million possibilities. And no matter how one looks at it, 99,999,999 of them all point to outcomes of certain destruction. Even so, I'll use my divine power, despised by the people of this world, to achieve that 1 in 100 million possibility.
Well, you could help them then.
Bartolos!
Brett, if you've got the guts, you'll have to first step over my dead body.
Ah, that's what he means. I thought he was about to say he was gonna help them. Since that's also sort of what Phynon's doing.
There's no other
This
choice
little
but to
brat
move
is
forward.
not a threat we can deal with just by ourselves.
Yeah, this is gonna be very easy.
For the next tomorrow!
I'm fine.
No other choice but forward. Existence is of no consequence.
Easy.
Future will come! For tomorrow!
There's probably no point in doing that since he's solo out.
How absurd.
In my memories, Zagreus always meets the same end. Over and over again. Their departure no longer stirs anything in my heart.
This reason core flame before us is a fake. Obvious as day.
It's kinda sad that he's killed them so much that he doesn't even care anymore.
I know. I know. It always plays out like this.
Trailer music?
The spirit thief covers for her, and the trickery demigod escapes with 2 core flames.
Oh. Well, why didn't he chase off a Cypher instead then?
And then, driven by defiance or hatred, she decides to stand before me once more.
And then he has to kill her.
Exactly like the countless past hers I've known. Cunning. Yet so naive.
Since you've witnessed the same scene play out countless times, tell me, will you carve the trickery core flame from my chest now?
That depends on your attitude. At least so far, in the cycles where you've asked this question, the endings haven't been so cruel.
Well, thank you for that. But I also believe that this time, you won't catch up to me.
He will, though.
No one can catch up to me. I'm no longer running to escape anymore.
He can, though.
Whether you believe me or not, I'll still tell you this. you've made the wrong decision.
All right then. We'll see.
Silence.
This is new.
Wait, why is there something new? Wait, what's happening differently to make a new thing happen?
One-eyed boy. What are you trying to pull now?
Go, Cythera. Give us some time in private.
He's wanting to... I guess if he just does the same thing every time, it's obviously gonna have the same outcome.
This isn't for her, but for you. You've walked too far down this path. It's time to discuss a possibility. Maybe the road you're walking is not one of salvation, but one that will simply drag the world into the flames. For all time's sake, turn back. I don't care how many times you've tried, because there's one thing I'm sure of. Your Messiah complex has turned you into something no different from the icy gods you spoke of. The children of humanity you swore to save. They are no more than ants to you now, aren't they?
Of course. I've been wondering, what kind of demon could burn my homeland to the ground in an instant without batting an eye?
This is very
Now
sad.
I have the answer. It turns out that fiery demon has been fantasizing of becoming this world's deliverer.
I don't want to argue anymore. No matter what I say, the outcome won't change. Make your biggest effort to resist, or accept fate, and hand over the core flame to me. Even if it's futile, we all have the right to choose.
That's really sad. That means he has to kill her every time.
Yes. Even if it is futile, and the world is just a divine joke.
When I walk into the destruction ridden by the gods, with my own 2 legs, you will witness. Even the smallest footnote still leaves a mark in this story.
And so, at the end of the 134th cycle, the traveler and the scholar fulfilled their fates once again.
Same outcome.
Or perhaps it wasn't just they who fulfilled their fates. I can't quite remember all this.
It's actually quite
In
depressing.
the endless darkness, for no reason, a voice always lingered by my ear. Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. Reduced to ashes. Such a familiar end. It happens in every journey. Always the same.
Eternal Recurrence 134. Subject Kazlana's 103rd attempt to breach the Scepter's core layer has failed. Decision weight for void sacrifices of past companions approaching 0.00018. Over synchronicity risk detected. That is very low. Life cycles of the 12 Croesus heirs terminated in sequence. Subject Kazlana reversed the extrapolation process. We should just... because he seems to be doing everything the same as he always does now. he should be trying different stuff. Eternal Recurrence 5297. Subject Kazlana's 5266th attempt to breach the Scepter's core layer has failed. Life cycles of the 12 Christos heirs terminated in sequence, with a trend of acceleration noted. Subject Kazlana regressed the extrapolation process. Note, subject strategy now nearly identical to the Eternal Recurrence 42. Mind function degradation detected, with possible irreversible damage. Yeah, just the exact same thing he keeps doing now. Administrative Directive received. No more prompts about the risk of mind function damage. Eternal Recurrence 12,398. Subject Kazlana's 12,367th attempt to breach the Scepter's core layer has failed. Life cycles of the 12 Christos heirs terminated in sequence. Extrapolation process regressed. Eternal Recurrence. Is this all gonna be the same thing? Yes, just says the same thing each time. No, it's not changing at all. Eternal Recurrence 10,000. Wait, no. 108,642. That's a lot. Yeah, 108,642 second Eternal Recurrence.
You don't look so good. Deliver.
Is he gonna do something different this time?
Even after going through 108,642 cycles.
So you just kill all these people.
Mighty, your name for me has never changed.
Why do you sound so pleased? It's a derogatory name.
Yeah, I know all too well. You only meant it sincerely in the first cycle. After that one and only time we walked side by side. Every time since. It always ends up like this.
This is... He's had to kill, like... Had to kill all his friends 108,000 times. And it always just has the same outcome.
Dawnmaker will stab you through your 10th thoracic vertebra. That's your weak spot, and the only way to kill you.
Interesting. Tell me, when the mighty Moses of the past faced you, did they ever retreat?
Never.
Then they died honorably, worthy of the name of strife. But there's still tenderness in your eyes. How pathetic.
I have to remember how this feels. Remember that I was once human. Or else the destruction will completely consume me.
If you win, tell the mighty most of the next life. This person is a worthy opponent. So always remember to give it your all and never slack off.
I'll keep that in mind. As always.
Even though the dynasty is left with just one, the Kremnos festival will continue as usual. I, the king of the Kremnoan Legion, will host the final feast in the center of this arena, and the prize will be the flames of strife. One day, you shall die with a wound in your back, That's what I saw when I overcame the trial. The god's dying ramblings.
Oh, wait. Finon did actually stab him in that one cutscene ages ago. During Mighty's trial, Finon stabbed him.
Enough. You've probably heard this thousands of times. So you must understand, facing the demigod of strife means there's no way you'll take this core flame in peace.
I understand.
Step forward and face me in a final battle. I, the last son of Gorgo, the demigod of strife, salute you. I'll give 10,000 scars and 10,000 lives of mine to fuel the blazing sun of deliverance.
What? What is this? I can't. Oh wait, no, I can't. What is happening? What?
Martyrs, behold! The last Kremnos festival has begun.
This is the...
And it will not end till death.
This is the...
Trying to temper myself.
Yeah, the Lance of Fury that we fought before. Why is Mighty turned into this?
I won't give up, no matter how long I must wait. The future will come! I can't let them down.
Conquer this world, or be conquered by me.
As you wish.
For the sake of fairness, let us go to a vaster battleground. Okay.
Full of glory. I salute you.
Just gave me the... Yes.
That's all I ever wanted.
Oh, I haven't tried the enhance yet. What does that do? I have a bigger sword than that, I think. Yeah, look at my sword. My sword is way bigger than that. Alright, bounce time.
Tear the sky!
I want to enhance again. So the thing is... this icon gets much bigger.
Use the flames of your fury to scorch your own flesh.
Wait. Can I enhance it even more?
Quench the flames of blood! Her agony! And more!
I'll just bounce again. I think the bounce is the best one. Bounce does a lot of damage.
So without substance. A day every night. All stars burn to ash.
Oh, wait. Wait, what is that one? Blast again. Bounce.
Shatter the cage.
What is this? Space?
This burn.
Oh.
What curse of immortality!
Well fought. You may crown yourself my blood.
To become...
In your next life, I shall once again block your path.
Why don't the Chrysosers just help him?
Deliverer, I wish you eternal victory.
Why? If you wish him eternal victory, then why do you want to keep blocking him in his
The
path?
108,642nd core flame of strife fell into the fire. Yet the shadows of the black tide still loomed, and pain and despair spread across distant lands. The blaze was still not enough. It had to be fed, even if it meant burning this body to ash.
Is that 31 million? 2 millionth.
No matter how bright the sun is, there are still places it cannot reach. Moreover, the sun you bear is both cold and blinding. A sun like that surely cannot bring warmth to the nether realm of the next life.
Golden blood is born from the destruction. We have long since lost the right to seek warmth. Only by feeding the flames can we melt that hopeless future.
Allow me to ask, how many core flames do you carry now?
24,041,183.
That's a very insane
Such
amount.
a heavy burden. So that's why you've turned into this. A broken idol. Tragic firewood.
No matter. I will bear this burden. As long as you hand over the core flame of death.
I must refuse. As the demigod of death, I cannot watch you walk into a fate more cruel than death.
Yeah, this is like a million times worse than death.
But this way, the past, present, and future will never again suffer unnecessary death.
Unnecessary death. Indeed, you are not the Finan I know. Please turn back. Don't let that absurd and unjust fate of yours come to pass. This way, at least my realm can still become the fragrant bed where you fall asleep.
In the end, still.
Just listen to her.
It seems the clash of blades was inevitable.
It's not though.
How painful. I know I am not your match, having fallen under your sword countless times. But even so, please understand that my resolve is not to be underestimated.
She knows she's gonna
Even Kefali cannot shape all things at will, nor can they dictate the fate of all life. No one can shoulder the balance of life and death alone, not even a god. And it is precisely for this reason that I chose, at the end of this arduous journey, to overcome the trial and take the authority of death. I am the Hand of Shadow, Castorus, the demigod of death. Listen closely, deliverer from days past. Please turn back. Do not disturb these fresh flowers in their muddy deaths.
Why? I'm pressing S. I'm pressing S to go back, and it's not working. It's just making me go forward. I don't want him to go forward. I should probably end the video here. I'll pause and save.
The tour is over, and it's time for some rest.
This is an extremely depressing story. It's so hopeless and sad. Does feel very well written though. I'm not sure if it's gonna have a happy ending. I hope it does. But with the way it's going, I feel like it's quite likely it'll be an even more depressing ending. Shattered battleground. When facing the Giver, Master of Legions, Lance Fury, cause the fallen feeds my might to fail to absorb, conquer, be conquered. Yeah, no, pull. Yeah, I think I definitely am gonna pull Fine on. He's a incredibly written character. And his animations are insanely cool as well. Okay, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, then remember to watch more of my Star and Genshin videos. So, play this on Screenshot Arch. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.